What's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do advanced video star transitions. In the past, when I've taught you guys how to use video star, I've either taught you guys how to do free transitions or I've just taught you guys how to do easy transitions, but I've always gotten requests to do advanced transitions. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I did is I turned down the opacity of the first clip and then I just did a simple rotation transition. The main reason I did a rotation transition is because, in my opinion, if the photo was left still, it wouldn't have looked as good. After you've got your desired effect, you want to go into mirror and then you want to add tracking blur. After you've got the look you want, you then want to add the second layer. Now for the size of this one, you want to do about 70 to 75 so that you can still see the background. Once you've done that, you want to go to your side flip thing. I don't know what to call it exactly, but then you turn it to about 20 to 22 and then you tap a few spaces back so that you can sync the rotation with the flip. You'll see what I mean when it's done. And then I added a vertical flip and synced it with the two previous transitions, but make sure you always add your easing types to your transitions, otherwise they won't come out as you want them to. And now that you've focused all the time onto the end of the transition, at the start of the transition so it doesn't look so awkward, you want to do a simple zoom out for more movement. Now for the second clip, I turned the opacity down again and then I continued the spin transition. And obviously on this one, you want the flips to be opposite of what you did on the previous clip. So unfortunately with the flips, they don't allow tracking blur to be applied, so if you want the flips to look smoother, you can add your own motion blur. The next thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is basically a spicy slide transition. Okay, so at the end of the clip, you obviously want to drag it down so that the slide transition can happen. But if you want it to go faster and not look so slow, you want to tap a couple keyframes behind and drag the clip up. Also, to get rid of this weird bouncy thing, you basically just want to go to your keyframe and click this little straight box and then it's gone. I can already see the comments of the video saying, "Oh, but Hayley, with the color and the shapes, there's already a triangle shape. You didn't have to make one yourself." I know that, but I don't care, okay? Moving on, you want to add a keyframe at the end of the clip so that the triangle stays where it is, and then you want to click a few keyframes back to sync it in with the slide. I know I'm explaining it in the dumbest way, but it makes sense when you think like me. So you can leave your slide with just that one color, but I added a second one to add another layer of spiciness. Nothing changed with the process either, so you basically just want to repeat the same thing you did with your previous color, but make sure you're able to see your previous color. Also, adding tracking blur does make it a bit smoother, but don't add too much. And with your second clip, you're literally just repeating the same process, but like backwards. Okay, so the next one that we're going to be doing is a split zoom transition. So this one is kind of hard to explain, but basically with your clip, you want to do two transitions on the same clip. You want to do a zoom out and you want to do a zoom in transition. Once you've done that, you want to go into the mix section and scroll in the amazing panel mixer until you find the two up. Then you want to get your zoom out transition and your zoom in transition. Now, obviously, when you pull them both up, they look strange, so you have to drag them in to look like the actual picture. And there you go. And for this clip, you want to do the exact same thing by adding a zoom in transition and a zoom out. You know what? Do a sit-up every time I say transition. Because I seem to be saying it a lot. Then you go into mix again and add the zooms where they're supposed to be so that the transition, flows. That's not the only way you can do this though, because I know a lot of people don't have the mix pack, so you can add the square shape, do half of the square, and it works the same. Okay, so the next one we're going to be doing is some photo slide in shake transition. I don't really know how to explain it, but basically you want to grab the picture of the next clip and then you want to mask that in another app, because we all know that video style masking is one of the worst things. It's very hard. Make sure it's on a solid background too, because it is very easy to mask if it's on a solid color. Before we get into the keyframes, you want to push the person all the way down and then do the slide. So then pick somewhere close to the end of the clip where you want the person to slide in. And try to put the person in the same position that they were in the actual photo so that it looks better. Adding shadow is optional, of course, but it is easier to see your mask if you have it. So without the shake, it actually looks pretty weird. So now it's time for the shake. So to achieve a shake, like a little shake, a little twitch, you just want to move your photo in random positions. And do this for about 3 or 4 frames. Also, you don't want to add the normal easing types with the shake, you kind of want to do the squiggly worm ones. The zoom out is completely optional as well, you don't have to do this, but in my opinion it looked better than just using a regular shake. You see how much better this transition looks with a shake? So the final transition that I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do is one that is very popular at the moment. Every single editor is doing it. But basically you want to do a vertical slide and a horizontal slide for each clip, alright? I sped this section up because I didn't want it to be too long, only just because I taught you guys before how to make a slide. Alright, now once you've done that, you want to grab one of your slide transitions and then you want to grab the other one and add this diagonal square mask. You have to scroll down a little bit, but it's there. And boom, you got it. Now for the second layer, you want to add the exact same mask, but you also have to invert it so it doesn't look weird. Because it will look like this if you don't invert the mask. Very strange, I know, so you have to invert the mask. And you're done! Alright guys, I hope that helped you guys a lot. I know that this was a really long video to come out and I should have put this out earlier, but hey, it's out now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below of what video or tutorial you want me to do next. I'll see you guys in the next video.